Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great day today. A couple of weeks ago, I did a part one video on NIO on how I had been seeing it for months and what made me jump into it. And today I wanted to cover part two, some observations that I've made since then on some important key facts of why I have chosen NIO. So with that said, let's get started. All right. So NIO again today, it went up about 16.27%. I'll go over the numbers shortly. I'll go over a couple of things and speak to why this stock is so exciting to me, especially since I've been struggling with this whole stock market volatility. You know, you don't know what stock to trust. It turns on you. And this one is one that I am growing to trust. And I could say that I'm confident enough that I went ahead and bought uh, a good sized portion, within measure. And with that said, I wanted to review some numbers and show you exactly why I did that. So let me share my screen here. I'm going to put up the tool that I like to use is FinViz. I think I described that a little bit in the previous video. It's just my preference on a tool that I enjoy, and hopefully you guys can play around with it and find some value in it. So here you have it. You have the price action for today. So it's up to 31.97. And look at this chart pattern. Just it goes up, it consolidates, it goes up. This here it drops, but then it consolidates again and it goes up, consolidates, drops a little bit, goes up, consolidates, goes up. So it's just a nice pattern, and then it's reflected here in the numbers, just as I had previously stated. But look at 16.21% for today. That's a solid performance. Look at all the blue chip stocks this week. I mean, we've been down 8% past couple of days, depending on the volatility of your stocks that you've purchased. But I've had like Microsoft and things like that have been going down, and to see a double-digit growth and during this week is incredible. Where we're going with the pandemic, I can't even speak, but the way we're going with the pandemic, it's incredible. Year to date, 584%. What are we, 10 months into the month? So for 10 months, 584%. For 12 months, 1,879% return. So do the math. That would be an incredible return depending on where you started. um, it's just an incredible performance on this stock. The chart pattern, and as I said, what's it going to take for me to trust the stock? So there are some key differences and a few things, but one of the most important things is if you look at this share float right here, the second to last column, the second row down, 944.27 million. Shares outstanding, 1.5 billion. People are, not just people, but financial institutions are interested in this stock. There's money being poured into the stock. I was reading about the Chinese government backing up this stock, and other key players and financial institutions backing the stock. So why is that important? Well, it's important because if you've been following any of the other electric vehicle stocks or just stocks in general, especially the small cap stocks such as this one, when you see a pullback on these stocks, you've been seeing let's take HYLN for example. You've seen like 20+% pullback and short selling of that stock. That hurts. That hurts those that are enthusiastic about the stock and then have to deal with the short selling of the stock. But with NIO, it it can very well have those swings. As it gets bigger, it could have a 20% down day, but also that goes with the upswings, right? So if we're in an upswing of 1800% and you have a down day of 20% and you've held it for a year, no big deal. I'm talking more long term. Personally, as I am interested in this stock long term, at least a year. I think in the next year we're going to see some great things. I mean, look at what we've already been seeing. Look at the shares outstanding, the share float. Obviously, there's a lot of interest in this stock, and then the performance is just unbelievable. I can't find much negative to say other than the revenue and the profitability of the company. So when I look at the revenue and the profitability of the company, I see it as a growth stock where it doesn't need to make sense as a profitability in the short term. Yes, they need to be profitable in the long term, but investors are interested right now in this technology. We'll go into a little bit of detail on the technology. It looks to be pretty superior. So if you look at, I don't want to say this company is apples to apples to Tesla, but there are similarities, right? It's an electric vehicle with battery technologies. So Tesla, if you look at the actual profitability of it, it hasn't been profitable until the past few years. There was a long stretch. I mean, it's been around since 2014, and look at the share prices. They shot up over $2,000. So if this is even like a little sister of Tesla, or that's a bad comparison, but just saying, even this is just a small amount of the potential of Tesla, it could yield a good amount of return. So let's look at the actual technology a little bit. So basically, this is just a leak from the app, teaser on the new model that they're releasing, which looks really sleek. I think the design I personally like, I would definitely drive something that looked like this and it was battery operated and it looks like a sports car. I don't know what the ticket or the ticket price will be, but it looks very sleek and in a good design, futuristic. I mean, that's what we're moving towards. That's why this is also exciting, is because the China government is mandating that upwards of 20% by 2025 be electric vehicles. So if you take the population of China and that this company is backed by China, you can get a mathematical equation that shows that there will be a good amount of revenue potential for this company. It's just about perfecting the technology and making the supply chain more efficient, the manufacturing more efficient, to get into that profitability number. Now, let's look at the battery. So the battery is something that I came across and I wasn't too sure how I felt about, honestly, I didn't read too much about it. And then when I looked more in detail on the battery technology, I hadn't noticed, and this is probably where some of the expense comes, right? Is in the battery. I don't know how much of the expense and profitability ratios are in the manufacturing of the vehicle, but here is one key advantage. So they basically, instead of having to power or charge your vehicle every night like you would a Tesla or any other electric vehicle manufacturer from Chevy Volt, whatever it might be, they have a program where you can swap the batteries. So within minutes, you can actually, instead of charging a battery, you swap the battery. So that's incredible. And I think this is their millionth power swap on October 5th. So they've swapped 1 million batteries. So, and then with the production numbers going up per year, I can't recall if that's per vehicle or just total production amounts. And I'm not exact on this, but the important piece is that they're increasing their capacities to keep up with demand. And what they're saying is that they have a backlog, meaning that they have purchases that are pending to build. So they've already have purchases on the book. So very incredible, very exciting. uh, Nothing much negative that I can say. I've been following the electric vehicle market. I probably started this summer. Others probably started sooner, but to me, this has been the most exciting company that's out there. And like I said in the first video, I wasn't too excited to know that it was Chinese auto manufacturer versus an American. I would have much preferred American. But at the same time, I hear that they might be partnering with Intel for some technology. So that just tells you that in the future, it will just production of these electric vehicles might be, it just might be more global. And that's just part of it. So, you know, uh, so overall, good for the planet. We're all, good for the planet. Green concept there. So that's what I found. And if you found this video of any value, please like, subscribe. I will be doing more videos periodically. I'm out there trying to see what electric vehicle companies are going to stay for the future. I also, I'm very much looking forward to that. So thank you for watching and take care.